Thank you, Mr. Chairman. How's everybody doing today? Great. Well, it's just a real honor for me to be here today, up here in Tunica County, Tunica, Mississippi, in front of all of you. And I want to take this opportunity for those of you who do not know me to kind of introduce myself, kind of give you a little history on myself, tell you why I'm running and what my issues are. I'm Tim Johnson. I was born in Kosciuszko, Mississippi, down there in Itala County, kind of in the central part of the state. Graduated Kosciuszko High. Went on to graduate Mississippi State University. I'm married. I've been married for 26 years. My wife, Lynn, she's a veterinarian. Of course, a lot of people say it's a good thing you married a veterinarian, Pam, because, she married an animal. But I have 3 children. I have a daughter, Mary Margaret. She graduated Ole Miss. She now lives and works in Washington, D.C. I have a son, Marshall. He's 21. He's got about 6 weeks left at Lackland Air Force Base as a new airman for the United States Air Force. So I'm real proud of my son. And I have a daughter, Lindley. She's 11 years old, and she's kind of that caboose, that's supposed to be keeping us young, but man, she's about to wear us out. But, back in February, I did something kind of unheard of in this state, and I know a lot of you know this, but I want to tell you. I did something that's never heard of in Mississippi. I changed from the Republican Party to the Democrat.
Unheard of.
Now, why did I do that? It's because I believe the Democratic Party offers people like myself with a heart for public service an opportunity to help people. And that's what I want to be about in this campaign, is helping people. You see so much going on today, and I call it the politics of destruction. And we've got to stop that. We've got to listen for ideas and find solutions to help people and help this state this state that I love and all of you love. But, as we travel across this state, I'm talking about these 3 issues, and these 3 issues are this. The first thing we need to do in this state is we need to expand Medicaid in this state.
That's right.
It doesn't matter whether you like the Affordable Care Act or not. It doesn't matter whether you like the President of the United States or not. The fact of the matter is the Affordable Care Act is the law of the land. And for our leaders to turn their backs on billions of dollars that can flow into our state, that can help our rural hospitals, protect our professional health care providers, help our sick and elderly, for them to turn their backs on that is irresponsible on their part.
That's right.
And I'm running because we need those dollars to flow into this state so that we can help our rural hospitals and help our sick and elderly.
That's right.
Now, back to the point of why I switched parties. It deals with the Affordable Care Act. It deals with Medicaid expansion. Because my mother, back in January, she was 3 days away from turning 91 years old, and she had a stroke. My sister went and saw the signs, rushed her to our local hospital, Mumford Jones Memorial Hospital there in Kosciuszko, Mississippi, and they did all the necessary emergency things that they do to help a stroke victim. And my mama, 3 days later, we had her birthday, and she's 91 years old now, and she's just as feisty as ever. But at that time that she was going to that hospital in Kosciuszko had about a $5 million shortfall, and they were thinking about trying to sell it. They were thinking about closing it. Now, none of that would have been in existence, or they wouldn't even been talking about that, if our leaders in Jackson would have let the money flow down into the state. It would have helped that rural hospital.
That's right.
It would have helped them have the money they need to provide care. But I got to thinking, what would have happened if that hospital would have been closed? What would have happened if they'd had to rush my mom to Jackson or rush my mother up to Tupelo? I'm not saying she would have died, but I don't think how she was taken care of that day in a local hospital would have been the same if she had to travel an hour to get the care. So I view that as our leaders putting party politics over people.
That's right.
Putting party politics over my mama. Putting party politics over your mama and your daddy. And I just think we've got to change that. And that's the reason not only did I switch to the Democratic Party, but I decided to run for Lieutenant Governor so we can change the way they do things in Jacksonville.
That's right.
The second reason, the second point on my platform is, you know, I've been very blessed in my political career. I've been an alderman in a city. I have been a 2-term state senator, and I have been a 2-term county supervisor. So I have a little bit of city experience and a little bit of state experience and a whole lot of county experience. But I want to take that experience that I have, and I want to take it to make sure we have safe roads and bridges in this state. We need to revisit the transportation appropriation process so that more money can flow into our cities and into our counties so that they can look at our roads and bridges so we make sure that those roads and bridges are safe for all of us to travel on and our school buses to travel on.
That's right.
But on top of that, we need to build roads in this state. Because as we build new roads, we create economic and commercial development that's going to create jobs in this state and grow the economy in this state. And it's very important. You know, roads are very important. I always tell this little story. When I was running for alderman in the city of Madison, I went up one day and I knocked on this door. And this man came to the door and I said, "Hello, sir, I'm Tim Johnson. I'm running for alderman, Ward 3 here." He's like, "How you doing there, son?" He said, "What you going to do about that pothole?" And I said, "Well, which pothole is that?" He said, "Oh, it's right down the road. When you leave my driveway, it's right there. You'll see it." And I went, "Well, about how deep is it?" He said, "It's about four votes deep." So, you know, roads are very important to people, and they're very important to our state. The third thing that we have to do in this state is we have to fully fund our schools in this state.
That's right.
And as your Lieutenant Governor, I will make sure that we fully fund our schools. We need to make sure that our schools have the resources they need so that we can pay our teachers assistants, that they have the resources to make sure that they have what it takes or what they need to teach our leaders of tomorrow, our children. If we value public education, we must fund it. And that, as your Lieutenant Governor, I will make that a priority, making sure that we fully fund our schools in this state.
All right.
And I've also said this, that, you know, I know the Initiative 42 and 42A are on the ballot. And I think it's very important that we all turn out to vote for 42. Because the only thing that is doing is saying, you know, legislature, do your job. Follow the law in funding our school. So we need to turn out in force to vote for that initiative. And I say this, and there's a lot of folks out there that are going to go vote for 42 and they're going to go vote for Republican leadership. And what I say is, if you vote for 42 and you vote for the Republicans that are there, you're just cutting off your nose to spite your face. And we've got to make sure that we turn out to vote for that initiative so that we can make sure our schools are fully funded. And to get this state off the bottom. You know, there's a group, I met with them a few weeks ago, and it's Fed Up with 50. And I was just so intrigued by them starting this group because they're so tired of this state, especially our educational system, being at 50. And I'm committed to fully fund our schools, but I'm committed to get us off the bottom so that so this state can excel and we can make it the greatest state that we can possibly make it.
Yeah!
You know, my daddy passed away when I was 3 years old, and I still hear stories about my daddy. His name was Jabbo Johnson, and he drove a butane truck. And I've just heard stories about him, even though he died 52 years ago. But I hear these stories that, you know, they said, "Tim, it didn't matter whether it was 3 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It didn't make any difference whether it was 10 degrees or 100 degrees. If we needed your daddy, if we needed Jabbo Johnson, he was going to be there to take care of our needs and to make sure we were safe, making sure that the butane was in that tank to keep our house warm during the wintertime. And that spirit of my daddy is in me. And it's a spirit of, it doesn't matter whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It doesn't matter whether it's 10 degrees or 100 degrees. If you need Tim Johnson, I'm going to be there. And I'm going to make sure that door at the Lieutenant Governor's office is open. It's going to be open to all of you.
Thank you.
It's going to be open to the people of this state, because we've got to have the ideas to make this state great. And that's what I'm going to be about. I want to bring a little common sense, decency, and courage back to that office. And I need all of y'all to help me get there. Because with me as your Lieutenant Governor, I know it's an individual sport, and I'm the one out there running, and I'm so proud to be the Democratic nominee, but I can't get there without you. And I want to tell you, when I get there, it will be about all of you. It'll be about all the people of this state, because I love this state. I love the people of this state. And we have great opportunities with this state, with the people we have in it. And I just want to tell you how proud I am to be standing here in front of each and every one of you as your Democratic nominee for Lieutenant Governor. And I ask for all of your help. Talk to everybody you can. I ask for your vote on November 3rd, because we can make a difference in this state. Thank you very much.